Huaer and the boy fight against the Icelandic sheep. Dilireba shows off her childhood stunts. Kinhalu asks for help from Wang Aniu. The latest trip of Flowers and Boys Silk Road season came to Iceland in northern Europe. This time the entire season of the program traveled across the Eurasian continent, passing through 3 countries, Saudi Arabia, Croatia, and Iceland. Iceland is already the center of the Flower Group last stand. Iceland is the second largest island in Europe. The scenery there is beautiful and the people's life happiness index is very high. In particular, Reykjavik, the capital of Iceland, has almost no factories and very little pollution. The effect of watching the aurora there is the best in the world of. There are a large number of domestic self-media who have been shooting short videos in Iceland for a long time, which are deeply loved by netizens. The Huashatwan, composed of Kinhalu, Kinlan, Zinshilari, Dilireba, Jazhaoie, Wang Aniu, and Huzianksu, was organized to organize a local sheep herding activity as soon as they arrived in Iceland. The biggest feature of Iceland's countryside and grasslands is that there are flocks of sheep everywhere. Every household here raises sheep. Because the weather in Iceland is cold, the sheep here need to be cold resistant, so the amount of wool is particularly large. Wool and mutton will become part of the daily life of Icelanders. The most common stuff. There is a sheep circle festival in the local area. Each family will mark their sheep with special marks on the horns and drive them into a large sheepfold. Then each family's children will go to the sheepfold to catch their own sheep. Going home was very fun. This is the same game that Huashatwan wants to play, except that they can catch the sheep at will, as long as they catch it. Huashatwan's entire process of catching sheep was filled with screams and panic, much like the New Year pig catching scene in some places in China. During the whole process of catching sheep, Dilireba worked the hardest. Perhaps when Reba was a child, she caught sheep every day while living on the grasslands of Xinjiang. This skill was a piece of cake for her. I saw Dilireba reaching out to test the sheep first, and the first target lamb ran away quickly. Reba zeroed in on another target lamb in the flock and muttered, "That's it, that's it." She must have thought that the sheep in Iceland couldn't understand Chinese. Soon after, she reached out and grabbed the horn of the sheep, and then pulled it out from the sheep, and then called for everyone to hold the sheep down. Wang Aniu happened to be beside her, so he came over and subdued the lamb. Dilireba has a knack for being around sheep since she was a child, so the others seemed a little flustered. Kinhalu almost fell to the ground chasing the sheep. She didn't catch a sheep for a long time. Suddenly, a very small sheep appeared in front of Kinhalu, so she shouted, "Just catch a smaller one, Wang Aniu, Wang Aniu." It turned out that she was asking for help from Wang Aniu to come and help her catch the sheep. Unexpectedly, Wang Aniu was having fun on the other side of the sheepfold. The staff of the sheepfold cooperated with him to catch a sheep. He was holding 2 sheep horns and riding the sheep like a horse. This made Kinhalu angry. "Stomp your feet." Zinshilai worked hard for a long time but failed to catch the sheep, so Dilireba decided to cooperate with her to catch the sheep. The 2 beauties kept chasing the sheep. While chasing the sheep, Dilireba shouted to the sheep, "My mouth is full of your feces." When catching the sheep, Dilireba kept holding Zinshilai with one hand and locked her up. Zinshilai was so anxious that she shouted again, "Reba, why are you catching me? I'm not a sheep." This scene really made me laugh once I watched it. My stomach hurts for a long time. Dilireba and Zinshilai are such a funny couple, one is naive and the other is ignorant. Kinlan and Kinhalu failed to catch the sheep, so they must have been thinking about making some delicious sheep soup at night. After working, Huashatwan, who smelled like sheep manure, was really thirsty, so they went to the river to drink water. After Kinlan drank the river water, she recommended Reba to drink some too, claiming that the river water was delicious. What I'm curious about is whether the sheep usually come to urinate in this small river. What they accidentally inhaled was river water mixed with sheep urine. This scene is unimaginable. After all the activities were over, the Huashatwan gathered around the farm to have lunch. When Dilireba tasted the delicious lamb soup, she couldn't help but think of the lamb soup her mother made when she was a child. She missed her mother's taste when she was hot. If you also like Huashatwan and the fun of catching sheep, then hurry up and catch up on the new issue of Flowers and Youth.